Hey everyone, Mako here. I just wanted to do a quick video on setting up switch controls for TM farming. Um, so, this is for iOS only, and I'm doing an updated video because a friend of mine had an error on his, and I thought it would be good to address that in the video, in case you run into the same thing. So, um, bear with me a minute here. I'm just going to go to my settings. And okay, so to do this, what you want to do is go to General, Accessibility, and down under Interaction you'll see Switch Control. So it's important not to turn this on because it will do some weird stuff to your phone. First thing you want to do is go to Recipes. So these are my recipes that I have here. Right now I'm using FFBE. These each kind of do something different. So what you're going to want to do is create a new recipe, name it. So I'll just do this one as test. Assign switch, full screen, and then this is the key point here. It's custom gesture is what you want. So when this comes up, I'm going to show you what to do with that in a minute. So if you go back to your game, if I go to the Earth Shrine, my basic goal here is to click on Earth Shrine entrance, next, pick a friend, and depart, and then do the run, and then have that repeat and repeat and repeat, to use energy and grind your trust mastery rewards. So I'm just going to go back here. What I usually do is I take a post-it note and I label on the screen where I want to press. I'll use the sticky part of a post-it note to do that, so that I can create this without getting frustrated, because you can't see the game overlay screen when you're setting up the switch control. That's the hardest part of getting through it. So I'm going to try to just do this from memory. I don't know if it'll work, but I will give it a shot. I'm going to do it with 3 buttons. I use 4 on my own personal macro, and that is to reconnect me if I get that pesky connection error. So if you go back to settings, custom gesture, you want to hit this hide controls button and then do your best to try to find where the buttons line up on the FFBE interface. So if I hit hide controls, I'm going to go here, right about there for the next, and over here for auto. You can change the button locations. You can play around with it and map it out. So I'm going to save it. Default is custom gesture, and I named it test. So down here I'm going to go to launch recipe and make sure it hits test. FFB is my normal one, test. You can create switches to do a lot of different things in the game, like summon for you, accept friend points, that kind of thing. So when you're setting this up, you also want to, you can avoid most of these things. They don't really do too much, but the one thing you really have to do is come down here to accessibility shortcut, and you want to make sure it says switch control. If it doesn't, you won't be able to turn your switch control on, because the way you turn it on is by triple clicking the home button. So I'm going to go back to the game and see if this test recipe works. So I'm going to triple click. It's going to come up with this screen. Now when this is up, you cannot use your phone, so you can't answer a phone call. I run it at nighttime to avoid any kind of interruptions and that kind of thing. So when you tap the screen, your buttons will appear like this, and it looks like I got them in a pretty good location. So every time you tap, it's going to cycle through those 3 buttons, and the goal here is to just let it farm for you. So I'm going to give it, I think it's about 15 to 20 taps for one run that you have to do. So it'll remember how many times you tap, but it's best to, just be aware. You can count if you want to, or you can just kind of watch a TV show or whatever and just tap, at a normal steady pace, and it'll just remember how many times you do it, and it'll run until it runs out of those taps. So you can see here that it's going through. I only tapped it about 15 times. So I'm going to let it cycle through, because it is a pain in the butt to turn it off without hitting your lock screen. If I do that, I have to enter my password and do all that, so it would interrupt the video. So I didn't tap too many times, but as you can see here with the team I'm farming with, it's hitting all the buttons I need to hit to move through the game. So it hits Earth Shrine Entrance, and then what it would do is if I tap again, it will go through. Right there I just tapped twice, so you can see that 2 times will get you into the match. And then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 taps. Normally I tap somewhere around 2,000 times, and then I let it go at night. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm usually 2 to 4% trust higher per unit. So it takes like 15 to 25 days to farm from 0 to 100 on a set of 5 units. That's not counting dupes or moogles or anything like that. So this one is all set, and I'll just show you my other macro that I use, which is a little more efficient than hitting the auto button. So I turn switch control off, and I'm going to go to next, go through. You want to make sure you have clear inventory space too when you do this, because it will get caught up on if you have too many materials. I've done that a couple times. So I'm going to go back to this, and I'm going to go to switch control, recipes, and my launch recipe I'm going to move back to FFBE. So this will set it up as my other recipe that I need. This is the one I use at night. So I'm going to turn it on and just show you what that looks like. As you can see, there's 4 button presses. That top button doesn't do anything except reconnect the game. So when I get that connection error, instead of it just sitting there and timing out and losing time to farm, it will reconnect you each time. Now, when you first turn on switch controls, you're going to get this error box. It kind of appears in the upper right of your screen the first time you use switch control. I usually add a button there. It's kind of up by where Tilith is on my screen, and you want to hit that OK, because when you first start switch control, it's not going to register your fingers as anything other than taps. So you're going to have to acknowledge that warning to get it to go away. It will interrupt it, and it won't let you repeat runs until that warning is accepted. So once you accept it once or twice, it will stay off and you won't see it anymore. Alright, so that's my normal macro. And just to show you kind of the results, I'll show you what I have for TMs right now. If I go to my list, this is my list of TMR farm stuff that I have. Some of it is duplicates, some of it is friend points, raid summons, everything's on here. But I think I'm somewhere north of like 65 TMs that I've actually farmed. And then I usually finish the last 10 to 20% with a Moogle. But you can see here that it is a good way to build up an account. So I have all of these right now. I may even have some more that I missed. I do have to go back through and do another inventory, but I do keep a little inventory there. So if I go back to the game, give you an idea of what this kind of looks like. I do have a lot of 5 stars and that kind of thing, and Orlando is my most powerful right now at 1037 attack. And you can see I have Genji gloves, Brave suit, Black cowl, Excalibur, Champion's belt, martial arts mastery, and grappling weapons are from the most recent content. Large sword masters, dark espers, and wisdom is Queen's TMR. So it does put you into a pretty good spot to help other people, to have a powerful friend unit. My companion unit right now is set for cheesing dark espers. If you need help, you can add me. And this is the build for that. So there are some TMRs involved as well, which is like Evade, Quick Assault, Spirit of Freedom is from a raid, the Titan raid. But he needs to have 100% dodge, and then 100% fire, water, and dark resistance. And Titus automatically gets 100% water, so it makes it a little easier to set this up. But he is on my TMR list at the moment, so he's almost at 40%. This is the team that I'm actually farming with right now. So you can see Tillith is at 35.2. Not sure why I removed her helmet, but let me just pop that back on. And Marie, I just gave her a platinum mace at the moment. I'm not actually using her for battle. I do use her from time to time. She's at 45.6. Titus is at 38.6. Razzler's at 11.3. And Helena is my newest one on the team, and she's at 5.8. Alright, that's it for now. Let me know if you have any questions setting this up. Again, it is iOS only. It does not work for Android. I'm sure there's other ways to farm on Android, but I'm not super familiar with them. So, alright, see you guys later.